Building a family gratitude habit without toxic positivity. Here's a parenting question we rarely ask out loud. Is there a real way to help our children focus on what's good and still be honest about all that's hard? If you've ever tried to encourage your child to be grateful, only to see them roll their eyes or push back, you know the tension. We want our kids to recognize the gifts in their lives, but the last thing we want is to teach them to paste on a smile when they're struggling or to pretend everything's fine when it's not. The truth is, gratitude isn't about ignoring pain or shaming ourselves for not being happy enough. It's about widening the lens so we can hold both joy and challenge at the same time. And you're not alone if this feels tricky, especially if you grew up hearing you should be grateful, when what you really needed was comfort. By the end of this video, you'll have a gentle, science-backed way to build a gratitude habit in your family without forcing it, faking it, or slipping into toxic positivity. I'll walk you through a simple nightly or weekly practice, real-life prompts that actually work with kids, and show you how to help your child feel seen in their tough moments, not just expected to look on the bright side. Because gratitude, at its core, is about seeing the whole picture and helping our kids grow up with deep hope, not denial. If you're already nodding along or feeling a little seen, take a second to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and pop into the comments to share your kids' ages. It's always helpful to know who you're on this journey with, and I read every single story you share. Most parents notice at some point that their kids seem laser-focused on what's missing, what's unfair, or what went wrong. Maybe it's after a birthday party, 6 new toys, but tears over the one present they didn't get. Or on a rainy Saturday, when nothing feels good enough, no matter what you suggest, and then the guilt flares up. Is my child ungrateful? Did I do something wrong? Shouldn't they be more appreciative? Here's the important truth. Your child is not trying to be selfish or difficult. They're actually doing exactly what their brains evolved to do: notice problems, spot danger, and focus on gaps instead of gifts. In early childhood, the part of the brain responsible for scanning for threats is far more active than the part tuned to see abundance. That negativity bias, while it protected our ancestors, doesn't serve us so well in the grocery store, parking lot, or during family dinner. It's not a failing, it's just how brains work, especially young ones. But here's the pivot point. Gratitude is not something you can simply demand, and it's not learned through lectures. Our children don't feel more grateful because we tell them to, especially if we try to use comparison as a tool. Some kids have nothing to eat. You should be grateful might have been what some of us heard growing up, but it actually creates shame and resentment, not genuine appreciation. We want our children to develop deep gratitude that grows from within, not because they feel they have to, but because they feel it truly. So, how do you actually plant the seeds of real, resilient gratitude in your home? The foundation is simple but profound. Gratitude thrives in connection, not correction. Just like a healthy brain develops through serve and return moments, the little back and forths you have every day, a gratitude habit is built through repeated, authentic noticing of the good, in between and amid all the messiness. Let's get practical. One of the simplest and most effective ways to nurture gratitude is by working it into your family's routine in a way that feels inviting, never forced. You might pick a moment at bedtime, over a shared meal, or even in the car after a busy day. Keep it brief, keep it warm, and most importantly, model it yourself. You might start with, "I'm grateful that we got some sunshine today," or "I loved how you made me laugh earlier." Focus on the little, concrete things: a warm pancake, a hug from a sibling, the sound of rain at night. As you keep this practice up, you'll notice that children begin to look for moments to share, too, especially when they see that you're doing it, not just expecting it from them. Of course, real life isn't all sunshine and pancakes. There will be days when your child just doesn't want to play along, when their hurt or frustration takes up all the space. This is where the most important part of the gratitude habit comes in: avoiding toxic positivity. It's so easy to slip into the habit of, just look on the bright side, or at least, when our child is upset. But these phrases can accidentally send the message that their feelings don't matter, or that being sad or angry is somehow less than being positive. Instead, Make space for the hard stuff. If your child is upset, acknowledge their feeling first. You're really disappointed that you couldn't go to your friend's house today. Validate, pause, and then only if it feels gentle, offer a chance to notice something good. Is there anything that felt okay about today? You don't have to, but I'm here if you want to share. This is the heart of emotionally intelligent parenting. We teach our kids that all feelings can stand together. Gratitude doesn't mean we never feel sad, or that we suppress what's hard. It means we grow the muscle of both. And today was really hard, and I still love the way our cat curled up beside me. The goal is not to pressure your child into acting happy. It's to quietly build their capacity to notice beauty and goodness, even in small ways, through the ups and downs. If you recognize your own childhood in this pattern, the pressure to find a silver lining, to be grateful because others have it worse, please know you're not alone. Many of us were taught gratitude as a correction, not a connection. And it makes sense that you feel cautious about introducing this habit in your own family. Remember, you're not a bad parent for not getting this right in the past. You simply weren't given the tools. The good news is, it's never too late to shift. I'd love to hear from you at this point. Have you ever worried about falling into toxic positivity with your child, or struggled to find gratitude that feels honest? Let me know in the comments. Your story will encourage another parent, I promise. And if you're finding this helpful, consider sharing this video with a friend who might be on the same journey. One of the most powerful formats for building an authentic gratitude habit is to keep it predictable and pressure-free. Some families do a nightly gratitude circle, taking turns sharing one thing from the day that they're thankful for. You can prompt gently, "What was a sweet moment for you today?" Or, "Was there something you noticed that made your heart feel a little lighter?" If your child is too young for conversation, model by sharing your own and inviting them to join in as they're ready. Other families find that a weekly gratitude jar, where each person drops in a note or drawing, feels less intense and more flexible. The magic is in the consistency, not the quantity. The goal is to make gratitude a normal guest at your family table, not a performance or obligation. It's important, too, to watch your own language. Try to use prompts that invite rather than insist. For example, swap "what should we be grateful for" "what felt good today," or "who did something kind for you." You could also invite sensory gratitude. What did you taste, smell, see, or hear today that you liked? These gentle shifts keep the practice grounded in real experience, not abstract virtue. Here's where the science supports what your heart already knows. Regular gratitude practice, even a few seconds a night, builds new pathways in the brain. Research shows that people who routinely notice and name positive moments are more resilient during stress, more connected in relationships, and experience greater overall happiness. For young children, this practice literally shapes how their emotional brain wires up. When you pause with your child to savor the small things, you're helping them become adults who can weather storms and still notice the rainbow. But most powerful of all, gratitude can become a family anchor point, a safe harbor in busy or difficult seasons. Over time, you'll notice moments when your child spontaneously points out something good. "Dad, look at the sky." Or, "Mom, this soup is my favorite." These moments don't mean they'll stop struggling or never complain again. But you're helping them learn that joy and pain aren't opposites, they're both real, both worthy of attention, and both shape a full life. If this conversation is bringing up memories, hopes, or questions for you, please let me know in the comments. What's one moment of gratitude you've experienced today, big or small? Sharing your answer might just encourage another parent who needs a reminder that gratitude can be real and ordinary, and sometimes hiding in plain sight. And don't forget to subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting. If you haven't already, we're building a village here, and your voice matters. So, how do you start tonight? Without added pressure or perfectionism. Pick one moment at bedtime, mealtime, or even just 5 minutes before turning off the lights. Invite your child to join you, but make it optional. Model the practice first. Remember, it's less about what you say and more about how you say it, warm, curious, and never forcing. When your child doesn't want to participate, honor their no and simply keep modeling. Over weeks and months, you'll create a gentle rhythm that will become one of your family's quiet superpowers. Let me leave you with this. Building a gratitude habit isn't about ignoring the hard stuff or pretending life is always good. It's about holding room for all the feelings and teaching our kids and ourselves that it's okay to notice what brings us light, even on stormy days. Tonight, I invite you to try one of these tiny prompts and see what happens. Then, share in the comments one thing you're grateful for, no matter how small. If this spoke to you, give the video a like, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and pass it along to another parent. And if you want more on raising emotionally strong, connected kids, check out our next video on simple rituals for building connection at home. You're doing better than you know, and your family is lucky to have you.